This is truly an unprecedented situation.
This virus doesn't discriminate. It attacks everyone.
I want every American to be prepared for the hard days that lie ahead.
Certainly not a moment for panic or high anxiety. It is a moment for vigilance.
I have today declared that the coronavirus presents a public health emergency in the United States.
Public health emergency.
A declaration of emergency.
State of emergency.
COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
Stay at home.
Stay home, stay safe.
Quite simply, stay at home.
The University of Washington became the nation's first large college to close its classrooms, saying it will cancel in-person classes and have students take classes and exams remotely instead.
Stanford and Harvard, they're canceling classes or they're going to online learning, not just for a couple of weeks, but for the rest of the year.
The entire UMass system have now joined Harvard, MIT, Suffolk, and Emerson on the list of colleges preparing to teach the rest of the spring semester online.
Another big concern on everyone's mind right now, is it safe to travel?
COVID-19 will likely cause even more death and destruction in this part of the world.
Right now, we are living in a very different world. Confused, not knowing what to do, being told to stay away from people in the world. As social people, though, this is quite a challenge, but is slowly becoming the norm for many. Though we all have to generally do the same thing, each person is still living very different lives, depending on the job, for adults, and for kids, what age they are. But for me, being a freshman in college, my life might look very similar to many others who are also in college. Starting off my day with the always annoying alarm clock, then continuing on to the rest of my normal morning routine, followed by getting breakfast, also making tea or coffee, then school, which has me being on the computer all day long. Though, for me being a film major, does make my time here much longer than others, but when I'm not working on the next edit, I'm in classes that take place in Zoom calls, also known as group video calls. Every day the same thing over and over again. Like, eventually now, I don't know what day it is exactly, and also I don't understand how we already got to the end, almost the end of my freshman year of college. Where did it go? What happened to getting dinner with my friends? Or staying up till 2 a.m. playing a random video game? And all the crazy adventures that we would end up doing on the weekends. Where did it go? What would have life been like if we didn't have the coronavirus putting a pause on our life? But more than ever, we're connected with information around us, and information is easy out there to get. So, take this journey with me, and let's see what we'll find.
The time for social distancing, it's immediately.
What exactly is social distancing?
Social distancing.
Institute more social distancing.
My name's Carolyn Canusio, and I'm a social epidemiologist. Every action that we take and every way in which we can hold back from the public sphere in order to limit the opportunities for transmission is an opportunity truly to save a life.
Right now, we're all going through the pandemic of COVID-19, which is requiring all of us to social distance and stay away from each other. But why exactly do we have to do that? Well, we have to do that because of the virus is a contact transmitting disease. So we have to be far enough away from each other that we can't transmit disease because it's a fast spreading disease. So, do your part, stay away from each other, keep that 6 feet. Some things that like CDC recommend is limit face-to-face interaction, which is easy to do if you're just staying at home. Work remotely if possible. No high fives, because that's breaking, first off, the 6 or 10-foot rule, but you don't know where they've been. No hugs, same thing. Keep your distance.
Don't attend group gatherings, don't go to the theater, don't go to sporting events. What we're trying to prevent is contact with droplets when people sneeze, cough, or spit.
From all this social distancing, being away from each other, it has also caused a lot of anxiety and stress and depression. And some people who may have already had that, it most likely has gotten worse. From experience for me with anxiety, in the beginning of all this, I had a lot of anxiety attacks. So there was a campaign that was started that was, can I just visit just one friend? Washington University points out that this may not be a good idea because it could undo all the work that we have done already to social distance. And if this one friend had already been in contact with it, then you're now in contact, you not knowing couldn't contact someone else. And this is where we started, and we're back to where we began. So in the greatest sense of like trying to limit as many people, they're putting down the idea of just visiting one friend, and stay using like Zoom calls or Skype or Facebook to contact people. There are sources out there that you can use that to help you out.
So this will be a very hard time for many people. And I would say that the happy medium is to try to think creatively about ways to engage socially without physically being present. Call more often, FaceTime more often, sing with friends out the windows as people have been doing in Italy, play music for your loved ones over the phone, let your elders hear the voices of their grandchildren over the phone.
One of the most challenging things for me during the stay-at-home order in Massachusetts is being able to see my friends and hang out with them because I haven't seen them since Christmas. And then another challenge is not knowing what the summer will hold, especially since I have a summer job. And right now we're planning on doing the summer job, and we're all doing paperwork and everything, but the thing is you can't commit to it right away.
Probably not being able to do the things I want to do, like not being trapped in a building for months on end.
One thing that I've done to social distance is stay home more or less. And if I do go out, it's only to go shopping, and I always wear a mask, I wear gloves, I stay in my 6 feet. But also for social distance, I have another house, and we go down there and we just chill at the house just to get away from the city house because it's so hectic.
Anything you want to add about social distancing? I've done it for 19 years. I don't want to do it anymore.
Please stay a distance. You don't know what people have. You don't know what people's health situations are like in people's housing. So just stay home. Stay away from people. Keep your distance.
So, here we are, a few months now into the pandemic of COVID-19. We have listened, we've watched, we've learned. And we've stayed safe. And we've kept our 6 feet. And social distance. And quarantined. So hopefully all this in the end will pay off, and we would have fought this by working together, would have gotten through this together. So hopefully it pays off, and then together we can take our one step more to back outside into the world. And yes, it may never be normal again, but anything close to that, I'll take, because I just want to go back outside again. And I think you do too.